had you guys on the wrong angle, man. I had to run from it. All right, it's time to make some logs. I have talked to a few people to try to figure out the best way to go about breaking this down into logs. And they said first figure out the kind of dimensions that you want out of the lumber you're gonna make before you decide how long to cut your log. We are building a cabin with this lumber, but this lumber is going to end up just being kind of siding, you know, board and batten type siding for our build, because I'll probably just buy regular dimensional lumber for the floor joists and all that stuff, simply because I want to get started building on the cabin. I also need to research more about dry times and all that before I use any of this fresh lumber. I've got 1,000 board feet of poplar that I can get started with, and yeah, lots of variables coming into play here. We just want to make sure that this doesn't go to waste. So today, what I'm going to do is, I actually talked to my buddy Brock over at Rock Hill Farms, and he suggested that the first thing I do is come here to the base of the tree where the two logs come together, get them separated, and make sure that we don't have rot, because if we've got some rot down here, I guess what we need to do is cut to the point where we find we don't have rot, so that we'll get good lumber out of it from the center on out. So that's the way I understood it, and that's the way we're going to attack this. So I got the saw all sharpened up, got the chain tightened, got her full of gas and oil. Let's get this. All right, the good news is we don't have any rot. The bad news is I'm dumb. Where it's hanging out there, it's split. And I'm 1,000% sure that's my fault. Gotta learn. And yeah, so here's how I'm learning. Split to about right here. I ruined about 3 feet. So what's the move on that? When you're cutting one loose that's hanging like that. This is definitely a learning experience for me, and I'm just taking you along for the ride. I said to somebody the other day, I'm not proud, so I just share it all. If people want to laugh, they can laugh. I'll learn. Well, this time I had a different plan of attack and failed in a different way. I tried going up from the bottom on each side because I got a short bar and a big tree. Went up from the bottom on each side and tried to meet it, and well, I missed a little bit. But even at that, like, I've got her buried as deep as she'll go, and yeah, I don't think it'll quite reach the center. So I'm gonna measure out, mark my logs on this, and start cutting down that way. When I get to here, I'll see if I can break it off with the tractor or something. Yeah, logging would be hard. All right, moving on. So it actually looks like when I finally got cut through most of these, the tension broke this loose here. So I was real close anyway. I'm gonna use the tractor to kind of break these logs apart, see what else I need to cut. They're all real close to being through, but they're not completely through. This literally is like the biggest tree on my property. When I went and bought a chainsaw, I thought, well, this place has been logged, so there's no big tree, so I don't need a big chainsaw. And then when I got this one, had a short bar on it, but again, even though Brad at Piney Grove likes to make fun of it, I didn't have any big trees, so I didn't think I needed one any bigger. This job would have been easier with a bigger bar, but it's doable. We're gonna get it. This one here, I don't know if it's got too much twist and bend in it to make it work. I'm gonna cut this off and the knobs off and drag it over there, and if it's no good, then I can cut it into firewood later. but I gotta flip it over because I got a branch digging in. Like pulling a sled. She's an ugly cut, but we got it. What are you gonna do? All right, so there's what I missed my cut by. I went ahead and chopped it off there. Just that way, people that walk up and look at my log won't think, oh, he don't know what he's doing. It's a pretty big log. It's not quite as big as I thought. And if I had hit right on my marks, I could have cut it with my saw. But 30 inches by 25. 25 by 30 inches. That's a good size log. Had you guys on the wrong angle, man. I had to run from it. Oh man, it's all she wants. Fun because I'm looking forward to getting some lumber out of these logs. And I think, man, we got some big old logs here. I think we're gonna get quite a bit of lumber out of this. And I think it'll be cool if we can use even just a little bit of our own lumber from a tree that's fallen here on our cabin. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that cabin for sure. Guys, let's see if we can get a ballpark of how many rings are on this tree, if we can get an idea of just how old this tree is. So we'll just start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 43 before we get to this outer ring. And I don't know how that counts because I can't really tell how many rings that is. I mean, there's more circles there. 44, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, maybe 51. I don't know. This tree's older than me. Now that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool to think this tree was already growing when I was born. And here it is, all these years later, coming down and gonna be part of our cabin. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing me messing around with these big old logs, and you know, thankful to not get hurt. I tried to take my time and be smart about it. I don't always make the best decisions because I don't have a lot of experience with this, but everything went pretty good tonight, so it was a lot of fun. And we got these logs skidded over here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 10-foot logs, a 12-foot log, and a 14-foot log out of the whole mess. So all in all, we got quite a bit here to work with. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day. This is not gonna work because my goodness, what an enormous stump. But I gotta try. I mean, I gotta try.